Today, we're talking about Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Oh yeah, this movie is so good. It's arguably one of the best Marvel movies, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. And I think this movie sadly gets overlooked a lot because it came out at a time when Marvel was actually not doing too bad.
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
Almost everything they were making was a hit, except for Thor. And it was coming out during a year when almost everything was also a hit. I personally think 2014 is the best year for movies, ever.
Come on. Subtle. Take it back.
I really want to rewatch this as Captain America Brave New World is coming out soon and see why this movie did so well and what made it so good. So first off, the Russo brothers kill it. They do a great job. This is their first time directing a film. I'm a big Community fan, right? It's my favorite TV show. Directed mostly by the Russo brothers.
Hey, Troy. Abed.
And it's super interesting how the Russo brothers went from directing Community over to this.
We did some paintball episodes that were an action genre spoof. Kevin happened to see and went through a very long process to win the movie, but that's the story.
They do an amazing job here. From the writing, from the actors that they choose, from the cinematography. It almost seems like if this flopped, they would never direct again. It's interesting to see the direction that they wanted to go here. Trying to show this old man, which Captain America is an old man, try to reintegrate into society in modern day with his values and his beliefs.
We compromised, sometimes in ways that made us not sleep so well. But we did it so that people could be free. This isn't freedom. This is fear.
I love the scene when they're just on the roof and they kick the guy off.
Oh wait, what about that girl from accounting? Laura?
Lillian, lip piercing, right?
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
It's because Captain America hasn't changed at all. He's still an old guy. He's still the same good man from the previous movie. The writing in this is truly, truly amazing. Trying to teach different lessons with different themes and ideas. Obviously, the lesson in this movie is what it means to have privacy and government oversight and what it means to be free. The price that we pay for that freedom.
The price of freedom is high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay.
It's super, super American and almost borderline Republican.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
But it's not. It nails it. I've never seen a movie do this before, and I haven't seen it since. Trying to show that the government can be corrupt, and it isn't what it used to be. It does this in a very apolitical way. I didn't really think this is what I get from a Captain America movie. I mean, yes, these themes are talked about in the comics. I didn't think the MCU would have the guts to really talk about these subjects. And I worry that Brave New World really won't delve into these subjects. You go to watch Ant-Man to watch a heist movie, and you go to Spider-Man to watch a coming-of-age movie, but here you come to Captain America to learn what it means to be a good man and what freedom means and privacy. Like, this movie takes 1 second for Nick Fury to talk about his grandpa, to explain defending oneself and preemptive strikes.
Granddad loved people, but he didn't trust them very much.
People give their opinions and you're challenged with, oh, was what Captain America believe actually the right way? And this movie definitely gave me a lot of government distrust.
Chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay!
And maybe you want more privacy and maybe you want more freedom and maybe not trust the intelligence agencies.
Take a look at this wreckage. See how there's no plane parts on the ground there?
A missile.
See, it's stuff like this that gives me trust issues.
So my first experience with the Winter Soldier was actually from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They do a great job at addressing the Winter Soldier in this kid's TV show, so I already knew what was going to happen. They actually copy a lot of things, almost like scene for scene from this show.
Bucky.
Who's Bucky?
Bucky? Who the hell is Bucky?
Snap out of it, Bucky. Stop calling me that. Stop.
It's James Buchanan Barnes.
Shut up!
Right.
Stop it.
You will make a difference.
Mission report now.
It's a great show. Go check it out. Okay, the fight scenes are amazing. We all know this. From the boat scene, to the elevator scene, to the Fury chase, to the freeway, to the helicarrier. They're all really creative. Some of these fighting techniques really haven't been seen before, and they've been kind of copied to death in these later movies. But at the time, this was really amazing.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
The CGI is nearly perfect, and the shots with it are amazing. No complaints there whatsoever. I love when he just goes to the museum, because this is a clever way of filling us in on information from the previous film, instead of telling us, while also telling the story of how Captain America is still kind of stuck in the past. It's clever. But what I love from this most is just saying hi to that kid. That's when you really get to see these superheroes be actual heroes on the little stuff they do and who they really are when nobody's watching. I would also describe this movie as it has a lot of tension, a lot of near misses, a lot of explosions, a lot of close calls, lots of tension. And that keeps you staring at the screen the entire time. I realized while watching this, I could not look away. Very cool, very hard to do. Also, Captain America isn't a simp. He is still holding out for that old lady for some reason.
You're alive.
Even though, you know, right? You would not do any better. I would not do any better. But good job, Captain America. The Stan Lee cameo is not top 5, but it is definitely top 10.
Oh, man. I am so fired.
So this movie stars Chris Evans as Captain America again. He nails Captain America to its core. He does a great job, what can I say? And he's wearing, in my personal opinion, the second best Captain America suit. It's really nice to see that his character arc in this of going from someone who truly trusts in the government, institutions, and his superiors to somebody who just trusts in his beliefs and his core values. Falcon is an actual person in this. He isn't whatever the heck is going on in the later stuff.
You've got to do better, Senator.
He's actually very likable, and he feels very grounded as an actual person in the military. Like, somebody saw the Hurt Locker and was like, this guy's our military guy.
Hey, James. Yeah. Never turn your headset off again.
And then you have Sebastian Stan here as the Winter Soldier, and he does a great job, what can I say? Great job with the fight scenes especially. And you got Crossbones in this. Super cool bad guy. Very charismatic, very smart.
Thanks. Yeah, you seem pretty helpless without me.
And then you got Robert Redford as the secretary, and he's a great actor, we already know this, and he plays a great bad guy and a great politician, and he's very charismatic. But the cool thing about this, about him and Crossbones, and most of the bad guys, is you could actually spend time with the bad guys and see their character arcs and their development. Most movies, the bad guy's just lurking in the shadows, off in the distance, doing bad things. It's really, really good writing. This is actually something the Russo brothers are known for doing throughout Community. And then you have Nick Fury in here. Samuel L. Jackson is a great actor.
Well, this ain't that kind of movie.
I love it when he gets roles to actually really act, and this is one of them. So charismatic. If you've seen Secret Invasion, that's something else.
Guess we'll never know.
You had a great cast of other characters, but the most important one here is Black Widow, or Scarlett Johansson, because she hasn't really been much of a character until this point. She's been more of just a female character, eye candy, and more of an object. But here, she's an actual character with feelings and flushed out backstory and everything.
Take your feet off the dash.
It's really weird to see. She's an actual girl here, not a guy writing a girl.
I don't know.
Stop lying.
I only act like I know everything, Rogers.
Black Widow has her own character arc throughout this. You get to see her as she goes through the emotions of trusting and the only thing that's brought her hope, to losing that, to really finding herself. And it's really strange. You don't really see movies like this that portray females like this. You either get the princess who needs saving from the prince woman, or you get the empowered woman. There's really no in between.
Ray Skywalker.
It sucks, man.
But here, we get an actual real-life woman who's actually super helpful and talented.
What about the nurse that lives across the hall from you? She seems kind of nice.
Secure the engine room, then find me a date.
I'm multitasking.
But also struggles a lot and fails at times.
That one's on me.
You're damn right.
It's a real person. I know this is a weird thing for me to talk about, but I didn't know Scarlett Johansson could even act until I saw this movie, because of the way that the rest of the series and all of her other movies treat her.
Who do you want me to be?
How about a friend?
Well, there's a chance you might be in the wrong business, Rogers.
I think Marvel execs were just using her as eye candy, but after this movie they were like, could make a real movie for this character. And dang is she hot. This is the hottest she is in all these movies. I think you all can agree with me. This is kind of nerdy stuff, but I love at the end when he puts on his old uniform. In writing and literature, this kind of just means that he's putting on his old self and combining it with the person he is now, or kind of just being his true self. Either way, it's like coming full circle at the end of the story. It isn't just a convenience thing or a, oh, this would look cool thing. There was actual writers behind this. Another nerdy thing, what in literature we call the baptism, and this is usually shown through a baptism of water and a baptism of fire, because the ship is exploding and on fire, and then he falls into the water and they enter out a new person. This happens with Bucky, obviously, from this movie, and it happens with Captain America. Captain America kind of takes his past self while wearing his past uniform, and he comes out a new person for Captain America 3. If you understand anything about symbolism, you'll understand this. They do this in other movies as well. One big criticism that I hear from a lot of people is this movie feels kind of lifeless. It's kind of dull. So I get that because it's a thriller movie, which I can look past. As well as the action in here, like Captain America literally like decapitates a dude and nothing happens. So it's super violent and doesn't really live up to how physics actually work. The biggest piece of criticism is why not call the Avengers, you know? Whatever, who cares? This movie is like near perfect. Honestly, this is a great movie. The directing's amazing, the actors are amazing, the CGI, the fights, the cinematography, the list goes on and on and on. This is probably the best Captain America film. What can I say? It's actually close though. Hopefully Brave New World really copied from this movie and learned some stuff. If I had to rank this, I'd give it a 9.6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please definitely like and subscribe to this. It helps out the channel and would be wonderful. Till next week when we do Civil War.
I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead.
Guys!
All the guys from my barbershop quartet are dead, so...